So what is happening right now with price action of Bitcoin? Why is the price of Bitcoin failing to show this impulsiveness even after this hash driven indicator clearly flashing us this buy signal? Is it going to be different this time? I mean, instead of showing this bullishness, price will start with this corrective movement in the upcoming days, because we are aware, guys, in the past price action, if you look at this price action in a daily time frame and also follow this hash ribbon indicator, whenever this hash ribbon indicator has flashed this buy signal, after that the price of Bitcoin has turned very bullish, you can see. But in our case, even after this buy signal, the price of Bitcoin is still lacking to show this impulsiveness. Is it really going to be different this time? Because if you have been following me for a while, you know, according to our indicator, beside this hash ribbon, our own personal indicator, the ATR normalized and William percentage error, even though this hash ribbon right now is flashing this buy signal, our ATR normalized is still very quiet. I mean, whenever this ATR normalized and William percentage error has given us this exact value, right, -95 and +95, we see this vertical green line appearing. Whenever we see this vertical green line appearing, that usually indicates around that area the market might have bottomed and we could be preparing ourselves for this new impulsive movement. If you go backward and look at this from 2020, a very similar scenario unfolded here. Vertical green line appeared, indicating around that area the market might have bottomed. If you go backward and look at another scenario, a vertical line appeared, indicating around this area the market might have bottomed, and after that the price started showing this very bullish movement. Even though this hash ribbon is flashing at this buy signal, our personal indicator is still remaining quiet. So I personally don't think the market is going to show a reversal here in this manner, because I have been showing you with so many different examples in my videos that each and every impulsive movement could be just a temporary movement before price again starts showing this weakness. Because if you have watched my video from yesterday, guys, and simply at this trend line, you can clearly see the price of Bitcoin is forming right angle broadening wedge. Right angle broadening wedge is considered as a bearish scenario, and it is also clearly indicating the price here in the medium short term, even if we are going to see any sort of a bullishness, could be temporary movement before we start showing this weakness and also getting gravitated towards the lower line area, which right now is between 19,000 to 20,000 area, just like as shown here in the example. But if you would say, hey, this is not a right angle broadening wedge, it's an ascending broadening wedge, doesn't matter. We even talked about this ascending broadening wedge on my yesterday's video. If this is going to be looked as an ascending broadening wedge, just like this example here, you can see ascending broadening wedge. Doesn't matter, guys. It is clearly indicating the price in the medium short term. Even if we are going to see any sort of a relief rally, at the end we could still be getting gravitated towards the lower line area between 19,000 to 20,000 before choosing a trend direction. That is the reason why I'm actually warning you. Even though the hash ribbon indicator is flashing this buy signal, please do not let this fool you. If this is going to be an actual trend reverse, then let price break some key line of resistance first, and only after that we are going to consider this as an actual trend reversal like this. Why? Because if you look at this price action now, not just only through this right angle broadening wedge, ascending broadening wedge, but also by adding this CPR indicator. According to the CPR indicator, you can see where are we getting resistance at this current stage? Exactly at the bottom CPR line. So until we are not flipping this three line into support, this is going to be acting as a resistance. Yes, you heard that right. These three lines, the top CPR line, central CPR line, bottom CPR line, is going to be acting as a resistance. So if the price wants to show this actual bullishness, then we have to flip this CPR resistance into support, because according to the CPR, we are well prepared, guys. Getting rejection on the lower line area means there is a very high probability that price is also going to see this reversal towards 19,800 area. So with the previous example from this right angle broadening wedge, ascending broadening wedge, we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to see this movement towards 19 to 20,000 before showing any sort of a movement. I mean impulsive movement or completely breaking it to the downward direction. Why this actually matters? Because we know if we look at this price structure, not just only by using this right angle broadening wedge or even the ascending broadening wedge, what we can also do here, we can simply, guys, we can simply add this rising trend line, because we have seen the price of Bitcoin getting resistance around this upper line area and lower line, acting as a strong line of support. And now if we simply look at this price action, this is a rising wedge. Rising wedge is considered as a bearish scenario, and since we have already left the support line, this trend continuation could go even lower. So if you look at this target from this rising wedge, we are clearly heading towards this 19,800. So let's say 19,000 to 20,000 is going to be looked as our potential downward target in the upcoming days, even if the price is going to show this bullishness. But if we want to invalidate all the bearishness, then we have to overcome this three resistance line: the top CPI line, central CPI line, and bottom CPI line, which is between 21,800 to 22,800 area. So that's why, guys, that's why any sort of impulsive movement here in the medium short term could be looked as a fake out. But if we look at this price action in a smaller time frame, let me show you that here. If you look at this price action, you can see, guys, now this still looks like bear flag, because price is clearly following this ascending channel. The upper line here is acting as a strong line of resistance, lower line is acting as a strong line of support. But if you look at this here in a whole, guys, this is looked as a bearish continuation pattern, because if this support around the lower line area is going to get broken around 21,000, what we have here in the medium short term, then we have to be careful, because this could be a continuation pattern here like this. And not just only that, add another very simple scenario here. I mean, if you would say, I don't want to call this bear flag, but I want to look at this in a bit different way, no problem. Even if you look at this, you can see very, very clearly, guys, the price of Bitcoin here is forming a ascending triangle type of formation. The upper line here has rejected the price a couple of times, lower line is holding the price. And now, even if you look at this ascending triangle like this, the ascending triangle is also considered as a bearish scenario. If I would show you this example here, you will understand very clearly, guys. This is also known as bearish ascending triangle. So we don't want here in the medium short term the price to break the support around this 21,000, because breaking the support around this 21,000 means we could be preparing ourselves for this lower target between 19 to 20,000 before price through this trend duration. But here in the medium short term, if we do manage to see this bullishness, price also flipping this resistance around 21,700, 21,800 into support, then there could be a potential relief rally type of scenario. But we are not letting this price to fool us. I mean, even though if this is going to be a relief rally, we are still expecting the price of Bitcoin to see this reversal here to the downside in the upcoming days before actually finding a bottom and also starting with this new market phase. But for that, we still have a lot of time. So these are some of the quick updates that I wanted to share with you in today's video. If you enjoyed my work, then please destroy that like button, and for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.